Hi everyone and welcome to episode 7 of Relegation Rescue at Renhe Beijing with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. We've got another victory. In the last game we got a 2-1 win, which leaves us about 6 points away from safety now with 5 matches to go. So we've pretty much got to be perfect from here on out. And today we play Shandong, who sit in 11th position. Can we finally get on a good run of form? Let's find out. So yes, indeed, a 2-1 victory over Everbright in the Chinese Super League still leaves us rock bottom of the table, but we are 6 points away from a safety spot at the moment. Everbright are the team we're trying to reel in, and that is the team that we beat in the last game. So it was a good victory for us. It gives us a glimmer of hope. We now have to go on a really good run of form, and the teams that we've got left to play are Shandong in 11th. We've got to play Guangzhou in 10th. We've got to play Shanghai in 9th. We've got to play Jiangsu in 7th. And there's one other as well, Huanghai, I think, who are in 13th. So those are the teams that we've got left to play this season. So you can see pretty much all bottom half of the table. So it gives us a small chance. You can see that the form of the teams directly above us is not particularly brilliant, as well as our own isn't. So there is a chance, but it's a very slim one. But we need to get off to a very good start in this run-in today and take the points away from Shandong. Can we do it? Oh, I don't know. So there's not an awful lot to tell you about in terms of personnel. There's no change in the way that we're playing. A recent upturn in our form has been due to playing the asymmetric 4-5-1, we'll call it, I guess, in the vertical tiki-taka style. So that's what we're going to continue to do for the rest of the season, no matter what now. It's just what we've put all our eggs into the basket of, and we'll see how we get on. In terms of personnel, Wang Weiwei has gone out. I love that name. It's such a great name. He's on international duty at the moment with China under-19s, but we do have Yang back from his stint in the under-23s or whatever it was that he was with recently. So he's back in the starting lineup today. Everybody else is pretty much fit and healthy enough to play in our normal starting lineup. So for today's match against Shandong, we have Yu in goal, Boyang at right back, Felipe at left back, Zhuan and Clayton in central defence, Peng, Kang and Malumbi in central midfield, Pereira on the right, Yongjing on the left, and Yang up top, and a bunch of load more players on the bench. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So we've talked about putting on a good performance despite the odds being against us here in this particular match. It is going to be really difficult to find a way to avoid relegation at this point, but we've got 5 games left to give it as good a go as possible, and that's what we intend to do today at least, is see if we can pull off a bit of an upset, get another 3 points on the board and really put the pressure on those teams directly above us, and then who knows what can happen. Or we're going to revert back to type and get absolutely tonked in all 5 games, as we have done for 99.9% of the matches so far, and go down with an absolute whimper. Let's find out over the next couple of episodes which one it's going to be. But on that particular evidence, it's not going to be very easy, is it? I thought we were just turning a little bit of a corner. We've had a couple of wins recently. We played much better. Here's a chance to show that, but we don't, with Clayton going too long too early. And they come straight back at us and carve us up completely. And eventually a near post save by Yu round the corner of the post for a corner is as good as we could have asked for. Corner comes in and straight down the sides of Yu, but he showed very good handling to keep hold of the ball. Finally, we're at the other end of the pitch. Can we keep it there and not lose the ball off a throw-in down that right-hand side? Eventually, we work it inside into central midfield, up to Yang, drops it off to Kang, off to Yongjing, and they're not taking the responsibility for having that final shot at goal, and eventually we kind of lose it a little bit. Oh, no, they've just managed to dink it over the top. And it goes from bad to worse. Nobody was taking responsibility in the final third of the pitch, were they really? We had a perfect chance to get at least one long-range shot away, if nothing more. We didn't manage it. And then the early attempt by our central defender to come and win the ball and then failed to do so because it went into midfield to Shandong. They chucked it over the top of him. Striker ran onto it. And we are 2-0 down in half an hour. Oh, just when we had a little bit of hope, I think it's kind of ebbing away a little bit, to be honest. Another attempt from Shandong, who go over the top of the bar this time. We're leading up to half-time. If we can get it in at 2-0, we're probably going to have to change it up and revert back to something like the Gegenpress or something and see what we can do with that. But, oh, it's so disappointing. I genuinely thought with 5 games to go, maybe we could turn the corner, get a couple of wins against a couple of the lesser lights in the division that would really put the pressure on those above us. And it's just, again, not showing itself, is it? Look at these statistics for the game. They've got 2 goals, obviously, which is the key statistic, but they've had 11 shots at goal, 6 on target, only 3 and 2 for us. 1.34 XG for them, 0.4 for us. Again, not good enough. Passing completion is not great. Possessions even, but in the vertical tiki-taka, we should have been dominating possession, really, and we haven't been doing it at all. In that balanced approach, the idea is to take the shorter, sharper passing movements and keep the ball moving and draw them out of position and work our way up. And we're going too long, too early. The players not playing at their best today by any stretch, comparative to the last game where, as I say, we got a decent 2-1 win. So we're going to thrash the arms around, say I'm not pleased. We're going to go into the tactics. We are going to change it up again because we've got to do something at this point. So we're straight back into the Gegenpress. We're going to go back in on the 4-2-3-1. So we'll move those slightly around. Bring that one up into that position. And just see where that takes us. We're going to go from positive into attacking because we've got nothing to lose at this point. And just see where it takes us into the first sort of 20 minutes or so of this second half. Hopefully, 1 or 2 more attempts at goal without conceding another one would be good. But there's no guarantees of that, especially when they're so easily getting through to our goal. Again, a ball over the top negates the defence completely. They don't have a chance of coping with that for whatever reason. They're just not on the ball. Again, it goes over. This time it's just slightly too long and the goalkeeper comes out and claims it. And finally, we get a chance for Pereira down the right-hand side to do the same. And what a strike that was from Kang, but far too far out, really. It was a bit of a thunderbolt, but it wasn't overly accurate, and it goes sailing over the top of the bar. At least it was a bit of a sighter, I guess. And then we go 3-0 down, and I'm kind of calling it at this point. I don't see how we can get out of this mess now, to be honest. This was a real challenge. All the way through this particular series has been a real challenge. We've still got 2 episodes to go. We're going to continue to fight. And we'll figure out what we're going to do about this particular match now by pausing the game and going back into the tactics. But ultimately, this particular group of players are seriously not good enough. It's that simple. They really aren't. And the squad players that I haven't even put in the starting lineup and the substitute bench are just so dreadful. But there's not the opportunity to do enough about it in the transfer window, unfortunately. We saw that as we went through it with all of the restrictions that we had financially and also with the foreign player rules, etc. Just hasn't worked out for us. So what we're going to do here, well, we're going to abandon the 4-2-3-1. We're going to go into the 4-4-2, maybe even a 4-3-3. I don't know, possibly. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to take off. Who's having the worst game? We're going to take Peng out and put another striker on. So we need to move him up alongside Yang Yang. We're going to put Malumbi back into that central midfield area to play there. We're going to bring Feng on down the right-hand side, which frees us up to bring Dunna on. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Jing off the left, and then we're just going to bring Dunna into that central area, and we're going to go through the centre a little bit and see whether we can work that. So, in possession, focus through the centre, underlapping fullbacks, and shoot on sight, and out of possession. Yeah, we'll keep that as it is, really. There's nothing more that we can do. In transition is fine. Distribute to the target man. Let's just pump it up there. And that's basically what we're going to do for the next little while. If we go into here, we're going to increase the directness of the passing, dribble less, be more disciplined, never time waste. Wish us luck, we're going to need it. So those are the changes that we're going to make. We're going to confirm all of that and go back in, and we're going to watch the house that we've built slowly burn around us, I suspect. It is a really, really tricky save. Now, there has been thoughts around the Discord chat and other places that maybe I should keep going with this one, take them into the second division, rebuild them and bring them back up. Now, this time round, I'm not going to do that. Not because I've hated this experience, because it's always an interesting experience, isn't it, as they go close again. But I just want to keep my series shorter for now on the channel, just to see if I can keep the views up a little bit. Longer term series haven't been doing so well on my channel recently. So we're just going to keep it short and simple for now. So after a couple more episodes of this, we will be going into something different, and I'll let you know about more of that next week. But there is something coming. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But on this occasion, again, we go long over the top to Yang, but it doesn't reach him, and they counterattack so easily on us. There's just no opportunity for us to get anywhere near them, it feels like. But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, to be honest. I've kind of lost the will to live with this one. It's really, really tricky when whatever you try, you just know that your players are not good enough as we go 4-0 down. Yeah. So how are things going in your world? Let's have a chat whilst they're completely falling apart. Everything good? I know the restrictions around lockdown and stuff have been released a little bit in England recently, so a little bit more freedom coming. How's it going in where you are in the world? I'm fully aware that there are people watching this all over the world, which blows my mind, which is incredible. So yeah, let me know how things are in your neck of the woods in the comments below. Let me know how you've coped with all of the lockdowns, etc. It's been really, really tough, hasn't it? But hopefully things are beginning to improve. At least here they are a little bit. And we'll just have to see if we can maintain that trajectory forward into a better time in the next few months. But we've reached the end of another game. And they absolutely belted us, didn't they? 4-0, 19 shots a goal, 9 on target, 7 and 3 for us. Really, really poor again. Another absolute humiliation for a bunch of players that are simply not good enough. So that was our game in hand over the rest of the teams around us. So we've played our 26th match like everybody else has now. That still leaves us those 6 points behind, unfortunately. And it's going to be tricky to make it up in the 4 games that we've got left now. But we're still going to have to give it as good a go as possible. So next episode, we come back and we play against Shanghai. That's going to be the next episode. So in between now and then, I will play the game against Jiangsu, see if we can get anything from that. A couple of recent good results really gave me a little bit of hope that we could have gone on a bit of a good run and put that pressure on. It doesn't seem to be materialising, does it really? But anyway, come back and join me for the next episode. We're ticking it down to the final day of the season to see if we can find any glimmer of hope to keep us up. I think it's kind of gone, but you never quite tell. So come back next episode for the Shanghai game and we'll see what happens there. Thank you for joining me today, though. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button on this particular episode. That will help me get seen by lots more people. Go check out all the links in the description below to all of my social medias and my Patreon and all sorts of other great stuff there. Until next time, though, for probably more pain. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.